Galatasaray 3, Manchester United 3. Another bizarre, disappointing performance in the Champions League in a season of bizarre and disappointing performances. I'm joined by Stephen Howson. Just, what was your main emotion watching that game?
Watching it, probably quite excited.
Yeah.
I was kind of on the edge of my seat watching it. As soon as the whistle blew, abject disappointment.
Yeah. Did the style of performance surprise you? Because I know that we'll get into the mistakes and the individual errors in a minute, but it felt to me like for the first 20 minutes we looked really quite good, quite compact, making chances when we needed to, getting goals, a couple of brilliant goals. First one in particular, actually, I preferred because we attacked and broke down a team and scored a goal from inside the 18-yard box. And then all of a sudden we get 2-0 up and, right, you have the ball and we are terrified. Did you see that as well? And if so, why does this keep happening every time we take the lead against a team?
No, I don't agree that we were terrified.
Okay.
I think Galatasaray threw caution to the wind. I don't think that's what happened. I thought for 20 minutes, I was thinking, I'm going to take all my pants to the charity shop and never wear pants again. This is fucking sensational football. You know, we're actually going for the throat. We're doing link-up play. We've just scored 2 fucking great goals. You know, we're going to get rid of this never winning a game at fucking Galatasaray right out of the bin. Mint. And then, yeah, losing a 2-goal lead twice is fucking wank. I don't agree that it was on Onana for the first goal, and people are going to argue with me. I'm sure they are. That's fine. But I think the purpose of the wall is that the wall does a function. Otherwise, what the fuck is it there for? I think it looks bad because Onana's realised it's come through the wall whilst going over to his left. The angle of the way it's curling, it's reasonable to assume he's going to try and put it top right corner, left as Onana's looking at it. And it's only once he's struck it, Onana realises, I think, oh shit, that's not going where I thought it was. And then he gets caught in that no man's land, sort of looks bad because he's made a decision and had to go back on his decision. He could have just jumped out of the way of it, gambling that it was going to go to his left. It probably doesn't look as bad, but it comes through the centre of the wall. Like, how many times do you like that? Can partly be on Onana for not organising his wall properly, but it's also on the people in the wall. And Bruno Fernandes, who's an absolute statue at that moment. You know what they're doing. You know why they're in the wall. Fuck them off. They've got no right to be inside your wall. You don't have to accept that. Move them.
The Galatasaray players, you mean, that were sort of getting stuck in? Yeah.
Because guess what? They're not there to block the fucking shot, are they?
No.
So fuck them off. Because that's what the wall's there for. So get the fuck out of the way. Or stand behind them. Because then what purpose are you being on the other end of that wall?
If you mentioned there about you didn't think it was United being nervous.
The second one was definitely him though. Before I
go on.
The second one, he's fucking flung it in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You said that you didn't think that United bottled it or that they looked nervous after the 2 goals, that Galatasaray threw caution to the wind, and that's why they started looking more dangerous. Do you think United then failed to react to that? Because presumably if they're throwing caution to the wind, there should be spaces here and there that United can expose. Do you think United almost played into their hands by going, all right, we're going to sit back and let you do what you want? Or do you think, why were they able to get 2 goals then?
Well, they got 1. And we were pretty calm. I believe we were pretty calm around that. And we kept pushing. I think we kept a consistent output of chance creation throughout the entire 90 minutes. I reckon if you look at like the spread of United shots, there was never a massive period without any shots going in. It may have increased in the last 5 minutes, maybe, but I think United consistently created chances pretty regularly throughout the game. So I don't think there was any period where we didn't play. I thought the Mainu sub was a good one. I thought Palestri's sub was a good one. I thought Palestri, even though I'm not 100% convinced of his abilities, by that time I also felt Garnacho had kind of faded in the game a little bit and wasn't being quite as effective. If you want to criticise any, maybe the Højlund one, because I thought the dynamic changed after Anthony Martial came on and we did like that sort of pressing. I mean, I look at Anthony Martial pressing and I go, I 1,000% back myself to press better than Anthony Martial. And that's not a good spot to be in.
It's not
And I
ideal,
see
is
your
it?
laugh, and I reject your laugh.
Sorry. Well, I think you were making the point that you might not be the best presser in the world, though, weren't you? So I'm allowed to laugh at that.
Yeah. But I also know I'm pressing more than fucking Anthony Martial did.
Yeah. Do you think
I'll
that
probably get a booking as well, to be fair.
we saw obviously Hoyland's been injured and it was a late fitness test that he failed the other day, and we saw it wasn't the game that he got injured in was in and around the 75th, 80th minute or something like that he got injured before. So I get why he took him off, but it's almost like the lack of options off the bench, which came from the injuries that we already had, has sort of cost us, hasn't it? Like you said, Pellistri, whilst he looked okay, he didn't quite have that. If that was a Rashford coming on, maybe things could have been different.
Yeah, or maybe throw McTominay into the 9. Like, he's not a 9, but he'll press and he'll get on the end of stuff, as he's shown for his goal, which I thought was a really well-worked goal.
Yeah.
But outside of that, McTominay was largely anonymous in the game. He wasn't really contributing defensively, wasn't really contributing in any sort of build-up. His only offering was in the final third. Cool, put him as a 9 and let's have him as a focal point. Because we lost the ability to have a target man once Anthony Martial came on, so no one could hold the ball up and have a defender up the back of him. Couldn't McTominay have maybe done that and brought some of the wingers in? I get it's playing someone out of position when you've got a striker on the bench for us to put another midfielder in. You know, not 100% certain who that was, and it's probably not the game for Dan Gore to come on. I'm going to be real with you. But, like, is there options? Like, is there other things we could have done there? Because it felt like Mainu was largely playing on his own as a 6, doing pretty well. And again, I thought he looked the best technical footballer on the pitch when he came on. You know, has he made a bad decision in the United shirt?
Doesn't seem like it, does it? I mean, that little one where he's winning the tackle and chipping it over people and then finding he can't go forward, so he comes back and beats a man with a pass back to Luke Shaw. He's just got that, like, the composure and the smoothness and the speed of him is just exceptional, isn't it? Just in terms of the overall look of the game then, just the game, but the group stage. So 3 goals away from home against Bayern Munich, we've lost. 3 goals away from home against Copenhagen, we've lost. 3 goals away from home against Galatasaray, we've drawn. If it let's take the Onana mistakes out of it, or can we? What is happening here? Is this a mentality thing? Is it just the mistakes from Onana? How come we're so unable to shut teams out at the back?
Bruno was getting a lot of praise for his tracking back when he gave the free kick away. Because there was a bit of a lack of options for everybody else, but also what a stupid position to give a free kick away in. Yeah. It was, if we're being real with ourselves. He doesn't give that away, we don't concede the first goal. The same for the second. Like, we're not playing smart. You know, I really think, I mean, even when you look at some of the goals we conceded at home, you look at the Copenhagen game, I think Marcus was harsh, but we didn't play smart. We had a cushion in that game. You know, have we worked on it as a club, how to fucking lock the tank down and just play off the back foot? We can be bloody effective on the counter, because that big fucking slabhead that we've got in defence, I thought he was shit on the ball today, but I thought he was good as a defender. Like, I thought he cleared his lines and he blocked and he tackled well and he got a good up in the air. But I thought he was so, especially once Mainu comes on, you see the speed of thought and passing that Mainu has. I shout at the TV when I'm watching Maguire play. Like, he frustrates me so much. And the one where he nearly fucking gets an assist for playing it in to Onana when he's being pressed. What is he doing there? You know, I think we lack the ability to play smart. We haven't got enough shithouses in the team. We haven't got enough football intelligence in the team that can go, okay, let's rock it back and play off the back foot like this. You know, people have got this misconception that under Fergie won every game 5-0 with 11 players that were all born in Weast. It wasn't the fucking case, and we attacked with wingers in every fucking game. Factually, we did not. We 4-5-1 it a lot of times, and especially in Europe, we had some pretty fucking dull performances when we needed to. But finding a way to win is something that you have to do. Now, I think there's things you can take encouragement from in Europe and learn from. By fuck are we suited to absolutely mullering teams on a counter. We are tip-top at it. It's so different in the Premier League. Like, we get limited to single goals often in the Premier League. We've scored 9 goals away from home in Europe.
And not won a game.
Bloody good opposition. And haven't won a fucking game.
Yeah.
So you can take the good and the bad here. You can say, okay, the good is, wow, there's a lot of positives to take from the fact that we've created chances and scored some goals and been largely clinical with the ball when we've needed to be. But you also have to be honest and real with yourself and say, right, are we playing intelligent football? Are we going a bit too gung-ho at times to get those 3 goals and leaving ourselves open at the back? Do we have to have? I mean, there's crossovers here from last season. We were pretty shit on the road last season domestically. Is it just now manifesting itself? Like, have we got a little bit better at winning games on the road? Not really, I would say. But have we maybe understood why we were bad last year? Maybe not completely flipped it round just yet, but have we understood why we were bad in the Premier League on the road last year, but we still yet to understand that? Are these learning curves and growing pains that we have to go through with this team? If that's the case, then that's the case. But, it feels quite fucking naive to concede 11 goals and not win a single fucking game when we've scored 9.
Yeah, that is mad, isn't it? That's just that calculation cannot happen if you want to win trophies. Right, Steve, thank you very much for joining us. Manchester United have drawn again. Well, I say we've drawn. We've conceded 3+ goals again in the Champions League, giving away 2 goal like it's just depressing, isn't it? But hit subscribe to Stretford Paddock if you haven't already, and we'll see you in a bit.